I'm here to tell you why photography teachers and photography educators, so hopefully you're watching this video, why you are very, very important to influencing someone's life and getting them to really be inspired to do something. So the one thing I respect a lot about the photography teachers out there, and one of my professors, Jack Lurch, that I graduated with in my photography class, and a lot of these YouTube educated photographers that have great followings, hundreds to 400,000 to 500,000, and that are truly educators, I respect a lot because they bring a lot of their personalities to the game to really help and teach someone. Now, people might say they do it for money or whatever of that sort, but especially if you're a teacher in a university, it's not about the money because in America, most of these professors and teachers, and they don't make a lot of money as it is. But to show its importance, I just wanted to tell something that truly happened in my life, and it happened because on Facebook, you know, they do this thing where they share a photo from this day a year ago or 7 years ago. Well, it actually turned out 7 years ago, there was a photo taken by someone with a couple of kids I went to school with, some friends, and it was us holding a camera, and that was the first time. So I really got into photography the first time, essentially 7 years ago from 2016, so around 2008. When I was just getting into college, one of the things you had to take was photography. That was a required course, and I was never really into it. I've always loved the mass media video side of things, but photography and video were really separated at that early for the most part. There were a couple HD cameras, DSLRs out there, but nothing too intense. And that's how I was forced to get started, and that's not how you should start your creative journey, is being forced to do something. But being college, I chose that route, so I had to go through with it. But the problem really didn't come down to being forced to do that. It was by a bad teacher. I'm not going to name his or her name. If you know me, you know who I'm talking about. But freshman year of 2008 is when I developed a huge hatred toward photography, and it was because I wasn't being taught right and the inspiration just wasn't there, and why it turned out to be a shitty experience. So let me start off by saying that in a photography class or any kind of educational background, you're giving a platform, you're given a syllabus with events and assignments and things you need to turn in to develop a portfolio or to learn how to use composition, leading lines, and then you evaluate those as you go along so you know what's good and what's bad. And the problem was that this teacher, some will say he or she had fantastic quality feedback, but those are the people that didn't understand what critique and criticism was, CNC, because they didn't really give any. Essentially, they would put up an image that we would take and you wouldn't necessarily know who it's from, just to keep the anonymous factor out there. And if it was lines, but it just didn't look great or wasn't straight, they would look at it and go, next, next, almost had something next. There was really no criticism, there was no fun into it, and they really didn't show a lot of their work as well to really kind of prove their viewpoint on the topic as well, be it you liked it or not, really how a lot of this stuff is. But it is really important as an educator to get someone very energized and pumped up about doing an assignment, having fun with it, having fun with them, and really connecting with someone or a student on a human basis. And that's how you really get remembered at your name, mind you, as a great teacher. And I've had a ton of great teachers, and I've had a ton of very bad teachers in my entire lifetime up until right now. It even got so bad to the point to where I really wasn't taught all the different lenses, and I wasn't comprehending things, what the difference of a normal 50mm to a fisheye lens. That's pathetic. So it just got so bad, I was getting no feedback, I was so uninspired, I actually dropped out of that class so it wouldn't affect my GPA freshman year of college. It wasn't until my junior year to where I really picked it back up because I still had to take this course, and I think that's one of the best things that has happened to me since then. Even though I was very discouraged going in, there was a new teacher already in, I think this was his first year, and since then, this brings me to right now. So I don't know if he'll ever watch this video or if he really wants me to make this, but a photography teacher of mine, specifically Jack Lurch, he really inspired me to get out and shoot. Once again, I already had bad connotations going in. The photography was going to suck. I've already had a bad impression of the teacher before. I did my best to give this new teacher a chance, and what had happened was the assignments were better laid out. We really dove into the critique and criticism and everything to develop how to get better on things and breaking it down and really analyzing a photo, because essentially we would meet like 2 times a week essentially for a semester. For the first day, we'd go over whatever information we needed to and what the assignment is, and the next day we'd review the assignments pretty much the entire class to really see if you hit the mark or not. And I think that was one of the biggest things that opened my eyes, and it was having fun assignments and not necessarily being graded so strictly. It was being graded on your creativity and not just hitting the mark. It's getting a C or B for just doing the assignment, but getting those extra points for actually getting more out of it. And like there's a thing with, studying light. What's the best way of lighting? And one of the things I really got into was light painting photography. So I guess the whole thing wrapped up in this is that, thank you, Jack, for being a great teacher and inspiration of mine. Compared to a lot of other great teachers I had from high school, kept me in mass media, Gail Laird. There's just been a lot of great teachers in my lifestyle to get me to where I was today, and a lot of bad ones to totally respect to where I got to right now as well. So my thing to you as an educator, if you're watching this, or to someone who educates people, and this is truly what I believe in as well, connect with someone. Don't make it so mundane, so boring, so monotone. Get them to learn it, but to go above and beyond, show a little bit of your aspect of it so people can learn and have fun with this medium.